What's up, chooms? Renfail here, back again with another look at my Netrunner stealth build with a little bit of tech splashed in there. I previously did the beginner's guide, which was sort of taking a look at what I did to initially set up the build. I've now I'm almost level 50, but I've filled up the trees the way that I want them to, and everything beyond this point to the max cap of 60 is just going to be fluff. And I will eventually do a max level guide to the character, but this is the advanced guide that I told folks I would be making at some point once I filled out the trees with all the things that I wanted. Now, of course, everything after this is just going to be like the icing on the cake because the build is pretty much exactly how I want it. I'm on normal mode and I feel extremely OP with everything I've come across. I haven't felt challenged in quite some time because this build is so powerful, and I think at some point here, as I finish up the rest of the playthrough in November and into December, I'm going to be cranking the difficulty up because it feels really powerful. So without further ado, let's get into the game and check out the build. Before we go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update as I continue to play this game and all the other games that I play. Don't forget to check out all the other playlists. Join the Discord, links are down below. Member videos if you are a new member to the channel. Here we go into the Xbox mode here as we flip on over. So, I am in the middle of nowhere. I dinged last night when I was playing, and so I was like, sweet, I got the last point that I needed, so I felt like I was ready to make the guide. Ooh, there's something over here. Let's go grab this really quick before I do the guide. Hang on. Gotta crouch down. It's a new unitard. It's new pants. Other new pants as well. Cool. There's a vehicle contract over there as well, which we'll have to go get in a minute. Anyway, let's take a look at my build. So, this is a primary Netrunner character. So, intelligence is my primary stat. I took that up. Tech was my secondary, but I actually don't have as much tech stuff as I do with cool. Cool was the third thing that I leveled up because my character wasn't primarily focused on doing extreme stealth through all the missions. What I've usually done is stealth during the early part of the missions, and whenever I get caught, no big deal because I've got all of these Netrunner abilities to help me out. And really quick, before we get into the actual how I've got the points and everything set up, on the cyberwear front, if you go through and look at a lot of the things I've got slotted into my various different slots here, a lot of these have bonus stealth damage and aim speed and stuff, but a lot of them are, if you just go through here and look, bonus stealth damage, that's the second one. Let's see here, this one has, some of these don't, but damage over time grenades, bonus stealth damage, decreased enemy vision, bonus stealth damage, decreased enemy vision, bonus stealth damage, etc, etc, etc. A lot of these, I would say probably 75% of the things that I have slotted into my cyberwear slots affect my stealth in some way, which is why I was never too stressed about taking cool up primarily. Matter of fact, if you look at the initial build guide for this character, I think it was called the Netrunner Tech Stealth Build, and as I've leveled up, this is the advanced version of the guide. Now we're definitely looking at, this is a Netrunner Stealth Build with Tech as a tertiary. So without further ado, I do have 20 points into my intelligence, and this is how I have chosen to slot my various abilities. Now, some people have asked, what was the priority? In what order did I level these? I honestly don't know. We would have to go back and watch the live streams because I did live stream about 95% of this character's playthrough. But essentially, all of these things are what I consider to be mandatory. So going up through, just bear in mind that everything you want to do with any of the trees, if you're looking to max it out, just you're going to go up the gut of the middle of this. So if you want to get to spillover as an example, you got to level it up all the way through the gut. And if you want Q mastery, you got to level it up all the way through the middle of that tree. And then over here with the smart weapons, I leveled up all the stuff. The stuff that's to the side are the things that I think fit the way that I play my character. They are by no means the only way to play the character, so keep that in mind. So some of the things I took as fluff along the way, over here on the left hand side, you see copy and paste. When you're the target of an enemy Netrunner, you can use a quick hack against them, and it will spread the effect to their allies nearby. Also counter hack, which allows you to Anybody who's targeting you to hack you, you can see them through walls and obstacles, but there is a distance limitation. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know that you have to, excuse me, you have to be within a certain distance for you to be able to see them through the walls. But it's great because then you can attack them back through the walls. On the middle of the intelligence tree here, speculation, because it recovers RAM equal to 25% of the total cost of all quick hacks, which is really cool. And then up here, the power surge, which anytime you activate overclock, it instantly restores your health equal to 5 times your max RAM. That's a nice little bonus health ping. So if you've run out of your health amps or whatever, this will give you an additional heal in the middle of combat, which is really great. Now over here, I took all the smart weapon stuff on the far right hand side, and the reason is because I prefer smart weapons to all the other weapons in the game because of the auto targeting and the fact that you can just sort of between, and it depends because once you've taken all of these, you no longer have to necessarily aim down to keep the quick lock on them with the locking mechanism of smart weapons. So I chose to take all of that, and then there's a bridge ability here called recirculation, which is for smart weapons, and it gives you 2 RAM after neutralizing an enemy with a smart weapon. So the biggest thing that I will do is I will like spread contagion through a bunch of enemies, and then I'll switch to like my SMG as an example, which targets I think 4 mobs right now, and just mow them down with my SMG at that point, and I get all my RAM back because I'm taking them all out with explosive rounds and my smart weapon, on top of them already being affected by hit quick hacks. Because here's the thing, you get 2 RAM after neutralizing an enemy with a quick hack, but if they're affected by quick hacks, you restore an additional amount of RAM equal to 50% of their total RAM cost. So it's like a double whammy here, so it's really cool. And then of course at the top, smart synergy, which means that when overclock is active, my smart weapons gain instant target lock, so there's no more waiting to get the lock on them, and they do an additional 25% damage if the enemy is affected by a quick hack. So again, the SMG as an example, because it targets multiple mobs. We'll take a look at my weapon here in a minute. It targets multiple mobs, and it allows me to do an additional damage to them on top of everything else. And one of these over here, I got to figure out which one it is because I don't remember it. I got to find it. This one, targeting prism, enables multiple target locks while aiming and increases the number of simultaneous targets for all smart weapons by 1, which means that my normal pistols, which only will do 1, now do 2. And my SMG, which I think started off with 3, now does 4. So let's take a look really quick at the weapon I'm using. I'm using the Shingen Mark IV, which is it's a weapon from the base game in the Arasaka warehouse. You can get pretty early on in the campaign. I have stuck with this weapon. I've leveled it all the way up. It's a great weapon. Fires explosive rounds up to 3 targets by default, and then does 4 because of the ability that I just talked about. I just got the Hercules 3AX during yesterday's session, actually. This is a smart assault rifle that I just got. Has a chance to severely poison enemies. And once they're poisoned, they're more susceptible to crit damage. And once you neutralize them, they explode and leave a pool of acid. This thing is amazing. 50% headshot damage multiplier, 20% armor penetration, 1 second lock on time, which is actually, I believe, instantaneous with the ability I just got with the overclock, and then 20% poison chance. Now, traditionally, I never use this katana, so actually I could probably switch this out, show you guys the pistol that I'm usually using, and we'll just keep this instead of that, because I'm never, ever going to use that katana. I gotta find my pistol now, because I wanted to show you guys the pistol I've been... Here it is, this one. This is the pistol I've been using for a long time. This was also, if I'm not mistaken, a Phantom Liberty pistol. Fires a burst of 2 explosive rounds. Hits have a higher chance of dismemberment. Each dismemberment increases crit chance and chance to apply bleeding. Really cool damage, 50% crit damage. This weapon I use a lot. It's my primary weapon, and the reason it's my primary is because when we get over in here into cool... So obviously, the first thing you want to take with cool is feline footwork. And then I went into blind spot, and then eventually worked my way up and got ninjutsu, which is the crouch movement speed. Those were vital to be able to move around while I'm stealthing. Killer Instinct gives me 25% damage with knives, axes, and silenced guns. That's important if you're going to be using silenced pistols. Now, I don't have a silenced pistol right now, I used that early on, but I just kept it because, and I may eventually do something else with it. Then I went Focus, Deadeye, and Nerves of Tungsten Steel. And then I did this over here, which is the run and gun. These I find are really useful because it affects pistols, revolvers, precision rifles, and sniper rifles. I don't ever use sniper rifles and precision rifles, but I do use the pistol as my primary weapon, whether it's my old silenced pistol or this one I've been using for quite some time now. So means when this is active, when you're focusing. Quick commercial break, everyone, to give a shout out to our first official guild officer, Bubbalonia, as well as all of the guild champions, and of course, all of the members who help keep me on the air full time. To join as a member, simply click that join button below and pick your tier, but you can also support with super chats on any live stream or premiere, or super thanks on any upload or YouTube short. Don't forget the Discord. Let's get back to the video. There's no stamina cost for shooting, allowing for more accurate shots, but when it ends, it does take a negative 40 stamina ping, which is not that big of a deal. Focus mode automatically activates when you aim while at full stamina, so it's very important to just remember that when you're using a pistol, aim at the beginning when you're at full stamina, and then you don't have any stamina cost for shooting. It's really cool. Then Deadeye gives you additional head spot and weak spot damage. At level 2, it gives you minus 25% stamina cost. And level 3, you get Deadeye mode, which is active anytime you're above 85% stamina, which gives you 20% headshot damage, 20% weak spot damage, and no bullet spread. And then getting up to Nerves of Tungsten Steel, when Deadeye is active, guaranteed crit hits for headshots and weak spots. Now remember, not all of these. So this is for pistols. This only affects revolvers. So that's just important to pay attention to. I've played around with revolvers because sometimes you use them for various missions, so it's good to have. Then run and gun, this is the one that only affects pistols. So more than likely, as I continue to refine this build towards the max level, I may drop Nerves of Tungsten Steel because I'm not using any revolvers, but I am using run and gun because this is the one that affects pistols. So hip firing no longer consumes stamina, and when you're focusing, you have 25% movement speed, which is really useful. Now, there may be some other things I'm going to take in here related to stealth as we continue to level up to max level. That's going to be the end game max level guide. This is just the advanced guide, so that's what we're looking at here. Now, on the tech side, I have taken, right away, I took Gearhead. That was one of the first things I ever took because 33% vehicle health and vehicle mounted damage received 25% damage and a reduced lock-on time, so that's great for vehicle combat. Then I went into things like, this is all related to your cyberwear. So all things cyber, just go up the middle. Just go up the middle, everybody. This is going to give you enhanced, more cyberwear points so you can slot more cyberwear things. And then on the side thing, Renaissance Punk, 4% capacity for each attribute at 9 or higher, which is really important to get more attribute points. All cyberwear gains an additional stat modifier with the driver update. Lucky Day, you get 25% crafting components from looting. I took that one very early on because I like to craft. Extended warranty gives you 50% duration on all cyberwear effects, and then ambidextrous, which gives you an additional hand slot, and then cyborg, which gives you 50% reduced cooldown if all slots are filled, which takes a while to do. I've not taken cellular adapter yet, but I'm probably going to get that eventually. And of course, Edge Runner. Now, in order to get ticking time bomb, which charges a powerful EMP that hits nearby enemies after 3 seconds when you activate an operating system cyberware, such as overclock, etc. It applies stun. I will probably eventually do this, but I will need to level up through the this side over here, which is the health stuff and health items and grenades. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to be leveling. I got 11 more levels to go. I'm level 49 right now. So technically I've got another 11 perk points that I can spend, which at this point I don't need any in tech ability, cooler intelligence because it maxes that. So I think I'm going to go all the way into reflexes at this point. And then my additional perk points, I might have said perk points. What I meant is reflex points. I only get 11 more reflex points because I only sorry. I need more coffee. I'm only going to get 11 more attribute points because there's only 60 levels in the game. Perk points, though, you can just keep getting from doing missions and stuff. So we'll see eventually how I max all these things out as I do this completionist playthrough. But that is a quick look at the way that I have leveled up this character so far. Obviously, we are in the sort of end game scenario now. Like, I've definitely leveled and got all the things that I want. I finished Phantom Liberty. I've literally just been doing side missions and side gigs just to do completionist stuff. I'm just having fun, living in Night City, and taking my time. So eventually, probably sometime in mid to late November, I will do the final guide, which is going to be the max level Netrunner stealth tech build guide. So stay tuned for that, and of course all the other guides that I'm doing here for Cyberpunk. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you have other things you'd like me to cover, you want me to do specific guides, let me know here in the comments below or over on Discord. Discord links are down below. Check out the member videos if you're new to the channel, and as always, if you liked what you saw here today and you want to keep me on the air full time, drop a super thanks. It's a great way to support. Until next time, everybody, stay safe. Happy gaming, chooms.